Okay, so here are my thoughts on the Week 1, 2023 NFL regular season games. Who do I think is going to win in the Week 1 of games? So we have Buccaneers at Vikings. The line is 4. I'm sure they have some book. They use Caesar's Sportsbook. Okay. Yeah, the one that sponsors, or, because I know on ESPN News, they have, when they're not showing, live sports, or something, they have, betting odds on there. Yeah, they must do Caesars, so. Yeah, 4. Minnesota's favored by 4. That's probably fair, but because it's kind of early to tell. The Vikings did play a lot of close games last year. Yeah, but then also this year, you don't know if they could play a game that's a little bit more blown out. Maybe 10, 14 points. I could see that too. But I could also see going close. Ravens by 9.5. Yeah, that's fair. We don't know how to do the CJ Stroud Texans look. I don't think they're going to be so competitive where they can get a win necessarily, but I think they could make it more competitive than people think, 7 blowouts, maybe make it 10, 14. I don't think no more than maybe 16, 17 at the very most. Maybe something 20, 30, a 30 point game, maybe make it a 14, 10 is 14, maybe 17 at the most, 16, 17 at the most, that area. Bengals and Browns. Yeah, Bengals. I don't believe they have Joe Burrow. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but if Joe Burrow's back and ready to play. Oh yeah, he is playing. Will Joe Burrow be healthy enough to face the Browns? So yeah, that's the real concern right there, is he might be healthy and ready to play, but is he 100%? Is he going to play not at 100%? Maybe. So we'll see though if he plays at 100% strength, or if the backup's in, or whatnot, because it's about dead even though. It's pretty much going to be dead even though. It's all going to depend on if Joe Burrow plays though. It's all going to depend on that. If Joe Burrow plays. Cincinnati can still win. Still find a way to win probably without Joe Burrow. Because the Lions, with the Chiefs, a couple best players, the Chiefs still almost won, so Bengals, I could still see them finding a way to win. And the Browns, but I could see the Browns winning. Yeah. No Joe Burrow, it's gonna be close. So. Titans and the Saints. Titans New York Saints at Derek Carr and the revamped team. On both sides of football, offense, defense, special teams. It's gonna look different, It really is. So. But Tennessee, they had some games last year where they just blew it up. They should have made the playoffs pretty convincingly. But they didn't, and they just went down to nothing. So we'll see, though. Are they that same team as they were last year? They just go keep falling and falling and falling and falling? Or are they, better than, or are they improved from last year and learning on their mistakes? We'll see. Panthers and Falcons. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Because the Panthers have Bryce Young, a new improved team they're trying to improve, trying to get better. and so are the Falcons. The Falcons have been kind of stuck in that middle rut for it. Have been stuck in the Panthers. With people after Cam Newton left, stuff like that. They've been kind of stuck in the Falcons. Ever since kind of Matt Ryan left, went downhill a little bit. Been downhill for a little few seasons. So it's interesting, Can the Falcons actually win this game, or will it be how Bryce Young looks? He looked good in his first regular season, full NFL game. Well, or will it just be like the same old? We'll see though. It's gonna be interesting, See how he looks in his first ever full game in the NFL. He played 3 games early in the preseason, before the regular season, but he didn't play much in those games. The Falcons, they do look good. They do look okay, but I don't think they're nothing like impressive though. Desmond Ridder leads the Falcons, so it's a young team. Quarterbacks, but the Falcons, I think, were just a little bit better than the Panthers last season. I believe they were, but it wasn't like much, so because they're favored, but so yeah, I could see the Falcons just because they barely won more. It's gonna be close on that one. Jaguars Colts. It's gonna be interesting to see how the new Colts offense looks. That one, it's going to be interesting. I don't see the Colts doing a whole lot on offense. Doing a whole lot on them. But I mean, they could turn some heads, Like maybe not necessarily win, but they could, have some eye. People could have, some eye, more eyes could be on them. It's a good team. They stay competitive with the Jaguars, which they very well could, The 49ers and the Steelers. Now, the 49ers were a good team last season, and it's going to be interesting to see if, as a rookie quarterback, like a new quarterback, second-year quarterback, can, be just as good as he was last year. And that's a big ask, for a second-year quarterback. For a first-year quarterback to step in and take him to the second last game in the playoffs, in the third round of the playoffs. It's pretty good, And then the Steelers were close. We're super close to making it to the playoff last year. They were pretty close. So can they be as good as they were last year? We'll see though. I mean, it's gonna be 2 interesting things. There's the team, and especially the quarterback. As good as they did last year, and which it wouldn't be bad though if they made it to like the third round of the playoffs again. Like we're like a team that could make it to like third round every year in the playoff. We get like a 2-3 seed every year in the playoffs. Make it to the and then make it to probably the third round. Maybe even win the third round game. You got the Super Bowl final game. So can they be one of those teams? I mean, at least get the top 4 seed, and like winning their division, which is mostly likely, and then being a serious contender, like making it to the winning the first game, winning the second game, and even maybe being competitive in the third game. Because the third game last year was a blowout. It's kind of a blowout, but can they be at least this year? Can they at least be more competitive in that third round in the conference championship game? So we'll see. Cardinals, Commanders, Cardinals. I don't see them going nowhere. Yeah, I just don't see the Cardinals doing anything spectacular. The Commanders, though, had a shot to be in the playoff last year, so it's probably just not gonna be too much amazing by the Cardinals. It's probably just gonna be a decently easy Commanders win, but the Commanders can't take the Cardinals like those players can't. But I think they can still play good though. On CBS, Raiders, Broncos. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Raiders can play without Derek Carr and their new team, and with the Broncos this year and Russell Wilson. Sean Payne is now back coaching in the NFL. There's a he's back with the Broncos, and can he turn this can he actually turn around the Broncos and do well with do well with Russell Wilson? We'll see, Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, The Broncos just gonna be this. I mean, it might take a little time to gel, but I mean, in practice, you've been doing it, and to actually see it working in the real game. It's gonna be a good game. And the Raiders without the new offense, it's gonna be interesting. See them as well. The Dolphins and the Chargers. Now the Dolphins are a good team, so I'd like to see how the Dolphins perform. But I'd also like to see how the Chargers play as well. Both teams made the playoffs last year, and this is a fun matchup to see. Like the Chargers. And then so it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it really is. I mean, the Dolphins. I mean, they had some injuries last year, so if they can stay injury free, can they be better than they were last year? Absolutely, they could. Can the Chargers be the same as they were last year? Definitely so. So we'll see if both those teams are just as good as last year, which for the Dolphins, they should be a little better than they were last year. And for the Chargers, they should be the same. Same, or at the very least same. But they can, they should, maybe it might improve a slight bit, but should be about the same as last year, though. Eagles and the Patriots. That's going to be interesting to see how the Super Bowl losers play this one. It's going to be interesting because can the Eagles win this game? A game against a disappointing Patriots team who didn't make the playoffs last year. But there is a competitive but that division is going to be so competitive though. For the Patriots, so they're a group of teams, and they're playing a really tough Eagles team in the first week of the season, who was the Super Bowl losers. Which, even though and they're gonna be fired up this year, wanting to actually try to go back to the Super Bowl. If they have the same team, or like a pretty similar team to last year, oh man, it's gonna be really, really good team. And really, really good. It should be a really good game. Yeah. I'd like to see if the Patriots can be contenders, in a tough AFC East. Because you got the Patriots, you have the Jets and your Jets, you have the Buffalo New Bills, and you have the Miami Florida Dolphins. So I'd like to see if they're going to be competitive in that division, or they're just going to be not as competitive and just, not as competitive. We'll see. Obviously, you'd like to see against AFC East teams, because that's really where your mark is, but against a really good NFC team in the Eagles, the Super Bowl losers. It's going to be interesting, Packers and Bears. Packers have an interesting game playing, because the Packers are playing without Jordan Love, without Aaron Rodgers, for the first time in forever. They did the same thing when Aaron Rodgers came in the league. They played under Brett Favre for a little bit, and Brett Favre left to go to a new team, and Aaron Rodgers stepped in when Brett Favre left, and now Jordan Love stepped in after a few seasons after Aaron Rodgers left. Jordan Love did play a little bit when Aaron Rodgers was out last season, so he got a little bit of experience. He looked decent. So can he actually look good? I'm playing it. In the preseason, he's playing against second string backups, or he's playing against first string at times. He looked good though. Yeah, she looked pretty solid, which is crazy, For him to look that good, against in preseason. It's preseason, but he looked pretty good. And the Bears, they actually don't. Are good. They seem to be always good, but they're not. They're not. Last year, Green Bay was 8-9, and 3-14. Christian Watson is out for the Packers, which is a big which does hurt the Packers a little bit. But the Bears, can they look just as solid, can they look solid? Because they look good in the beginning of the season, but then they just have a big collapse, lose a bunch of them in a row. So can the Bears, actually win that game? Actually look pretty good while doing it. And keep that momentum going. That's going to be what's interesting. Can they keep it going? And look good enough to where they can keep it going? Maybe not turn around, be drastically different, be 3-14 to say not 10-7. But can they at least, instead of maybe winning 3, can they win 5 or 6 this year? And then they build on it. Maybe either 7-8. Maybe slowly get maybe 2-3 more wins every single season, Yeah, improve on that. The LA Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams didn't look amazing last year at all. And they looked horrible in the last game. In the last season, they looked horrible. So can the Rams, do well, do better this year, and look like the 2021, 2022 Los Angeles Rams, or they look like the 2022, 2023 Los Angeles Rams? The Seahawks, I mean, barely made the playoffs last year. They had a hope. They had to have the Lions win, and they did, because the tiebreaker would favor them, and they got in. So we'll see. The Seahawks should look, better. Should look pretty good, though. I mean, it's gonna be big, interesting if the Rams can look just as good as they did last season, or if the Seahawks, both these teams look as good as they did last year. We'll see. I mean, for the Rams, obviously you want to look better than last year. You don't look the same as last year. You want to look better than you did last season. And for the Seahawks, you want to look better than obviously they want to look better than they did last season. They just want to hope for scenarios, where they hope they have to get lucky to get in. Rely on another game that they can't even control the outcome of by playing in it. They can't hey, we win, we're in. We can't, they had to rely on a totally different game with two teams that they weren't even playing in. That too, it's totally different game. They had hoped that outcome. And they had hoped the Lions beat the Packers in order to make the playoffs. And that's not what they want. They want to at least have it where last week of the season they win and they're in. At least want that type of scenario for themselves. So. Or, so maybe they probably, I don't know if they're going to get too much better, but they could get 10, maybe 11, 6, 10, 7 type season, So, and the Cowboys and the Giants. The Cowboys looked pretty good last season, although they did lose in the playoffs, in the second round of the playoffs. They did lose, and the Giants won their first game in an upset to the Vikings. So, the Giants looked they didn't. But the second game against the Eagles, their flaws kind of showed. And but can they actually look good as they did last year? To make a playoff spot like that? Were they 9-8 or were they 10-7 last year? Like the Giants, I believe they were. Cowboys, I believe they were in that same range.